G'day grade 2s, my name is Stacey and I'm from Australia. I come from Brisbane, which is a town in the state called Queensland. We call ourselves up here the Sunshine State in Queensland because we get plenty of sunshine, we hardly get much rain, it's always really bright and sunny, it's a really great place to live, I love it here. Now, I've received a bunch of questions from your class and I thought that I would answer them all for you in a video. So your first question was, have I ever seen a kangaroo? I absolutely have. I've seen plenty of kangaroos. In Australia, we actually have about 45 million kangaroos, and that number just keeps increasing. We see plenty of kangaroos mainly in smaller, quieter suburbs, and especially out rural. So you have to be very careful sometimes which areas you're driving, just in case a kangaroo jumps out unexpectedly. But I have definitely seen plenty. There's certain suburbs where you'll see maybe 20 kangaroos at a time hopping around. What else have you asked me? You've asked if we have any different foods between Australia and America. Well, we have a couple of things that are a little bit different. We have something called lamington, which is like sponge cake, but in small little squares. And they're covered in chocolate icing and then coconut on the top. And it's really yummy. It's a really nice sweet treat. We also have something that we do mainly at kids' birthday parties called fairy bread, and it's an Australian classic. It's where you get a piece of white bread and you put butter on top and then hundreds and thousands, the sprinkles on top of that. And it's a really sweet treat that kids really love and adults too. When we talk about pies and refer to pies, we're always referring to meat pies over here. Whereas I noticed when I was in America that usually that would mean something sweet like a cherry pie or an apple pie. We do have those over here, but generally speaking, if you say to somebody, would you like a piece of pie? They would instantly be thinking it was a meat pie or some sort of savory pie over a sweet thing. And something very classic that we usually have in all of our lunch boxes is a cheese and bacon roll, which is a bread roll with cheese and bacon on top. Not even on the inside, just on the top there, and the melted cheese over top of that. And that's a delicious lunchtime item that we usually have in kids' lunch boxes. Your next question was, am I a Catholic? And are there lots of Catholics in Australia? Well, Catholics are the #1 religion in Australia, actually. There's about 5 million Catholics living here. I am a Catholic. I was baptized as a Catholic when I was very young, and I did my Holy Communion when I was about 8 years old. So yes, I am baptized as a Catholic. The #1 sport in Australia, I would have to say it's probably AFL, which is Australian Football League. You definitely don't have that one over in America because that is a special Australian sport. It's very different to American football, very different to your gridiron. But it has its own special Australian rules and only Australian teams. But it's very popular over here. We also play a lot of cricket. Cricket's a very popular sport here as well. We do have another football called NRL, National Rugby League, which is also very popular. It's a little bit closer and a bit more similar to American football, but still at the same time very different. Special holidays. Well, we definitely don't have Thanksgiving over here. That's definitely an American holiday that we don't have. But we celebrate Australia Day. That's in January every year, January the 26th. And that's a fun day where it's in the middle of summer and most of us will have a barbecue and gather around the pool and have sort of a pool party is what we call it. So we'll have sausages on bread and burgers and that sort of thing and just celebrate Australia Day. We also have the Queen's birthday because the Queen and the Royals do rule our country, so they will look after us. And we celebrate the Queen's birthday every year. And what else do we do? We have Anzac Day, which is a special day where we commemorate and all the servicemen and women who died serving our country in all the wars, especially the Anzacs who died in Gallipoli for us. Our schools hours are from 9 till 3 p.m, Monday to Friday. The kids start at 5 years old and they finish school when they're 18 years old. And in school, we do learn cursive writing, but I have to say I don't write in cursive anymore. I write in just normal printing. How many hours difference is the US and Australia? Well, where you're from in Ohio is 14 hours behind me. So right now when I'm recording this video for you, it is 8:30 p.m. here, which means it's 6:30 in the morning in America. Well, over where you are in Columbus. Well, no, you're in Akron. There is 9,242 miles between where I am here and where you are all the way over there. So that would mean somebody would have to run a marathon 352 times. It's a really long time. We do have, your next question was, do we have similar cars? We do, very much so, have very similar cars. We probably have a few that are a little bit different, and I noticed in America that your cars are a lot bigger than ours. But generally speaking, we do have the similar cars. We also have very similar TV shows. Most of the things that we watch over here are American TV shows, so very much the same there as well. Does it get hot at Christmas? It absolutely does. It is very hot. It is right in the middle of our summer at Christmas time. I had a look, and the hottest temperature that Brisbane's ever had was 43.2 degrees. That doesn't sound very warm to you, does it? Because that's in Celsius, which means that it is 109 degrees Fahrenheit, which is quite hot. I also found out that the hottest temperature that Australia's ever had recorded was 123 degrees Fahrenheit. My goodness, that's warm. What else have you asked me? What do I do on weekends? Well, I'm very lucky where I live. I live very close to the beaches and the coastline. So in summer, lots of things that we like to do on weekends is head up to the beaches. We also like to go to the markets. That's a very popular thing to do over here. The markets have like lots of little stalls where you can buy jewelry and just pictures and paintings and all sorts of little things like that. But the beaches are very, very popular in summer. We also have a lot of mountains and rainforests and waterfalls around us. Very, very lucky where we live. So that's something I also like to do, is going up to those mountains and climbing the mountains and things. And then just similar things to what you would do over there, like going to the movies and things with your friends. Have I ever been to the Sydney Opera House? Yes, I have. I was there one time when I was very young, probably about 15 years ago now. But I haven't been there since, so I'd like to go there again and check it out sometime. The Sydney Harbour Bridge is quite amazing as well. So I'd definitely like to climb that one day. That would be very cool. I thought I'd tell you some funny words that we say a little bit different to what you do over there. I thought that might be interesting for you. So, when you say television, we would say telly. When you say trash can, we would say bin. When you say man, we would say bloke. When you say football, we would say footy. When you say bangs, we would say fringe. When you say mosquito, we would say mozzie. When you say cart, shopping cart, we would say trolley. When you say kitchen counter, we would say kitchen bench. When you say dish towel, we would say tea towel. When you say whine or complain, we might say whinge. When you say sweatpants, we say trackies or tracky pants. When you say biscuit, we say bicky. When you say chocolate, we say chocky. When you say afternoon, we'd probably say arvo. When you say McDonald's, we would say Macca's. When you say service station, we would say servo. And when you just are talking about having a chat, we might say have a yarn. So that's some funny things and funny words that we say different to you. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and learnt a tiny little bit about Australia. I hope you learned so much more. It's a really great country. I absolutely love living here. It's fantastic. So I'll bid you farewell. Take it easy. Have a good one. Hooroo!